Welcome to the Last Co-op Podcast, your source of all things nerd and pop culture related, all in one place. This is episode number 38, and the first thing is, what are the top 5 games that you could play for the rest of your life if you were only given 5 to play?
Who wants to start?
I mean, mine. Well, so I have 3 that are very, very simple. The other ones I was like trying to debate, like, do I want to have a sports game, like, that I could
I do.
technically update, myself, update players and stuff. Do I want to have a racing game, even though I don't really play those, but I was like, might want to throw something in there every now and then. But so number one is the Diablo 2. Is Diablo 2, they have an expansion, so let's just go ahead and say Diablo 2 with the expansion. I've played that game so much that back when discs were a thing in computers, my disc like started to disintegrate, and so
Jeez.
like it was like becoming too thin to be read, so I had to go buy another one. So that game, and then they remastered it, and I played that game a unhealthy amount of time. I was that Bravo 6 going dark. That was me. Like I disappeared and I played nothing but that game. Don't ask me to play anything else. That's all I'm playing. Obviously it hadn't come out yet, but like I feel like you could pick almost any of the Grand Theft Auto games, but we'll just say Grand Theft Auto 6. Like if that was a thing, if it was out already, feel like you could play that, forever. By GTA 5, you can, play that, a couple times. Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm going to replay it again because it's probably, in my opinion, one of the best games that came out in the past, at least the last 10 years, story-wise. I know there's people that absolutely just despise it, but and like they have valid claims. Like there's some things that are really dumb, about the game that they took away from the first one. But overall, story wise, online, I mean, I could get on there and play online every day, and it would be fun to do. Now, the last 2, I don't really have like a specific year for them, but it would have to be some version of NBA 2K.
I respect that.
I don't know. It'd be one of the older ones. The newer ones are shit. I mean, like I play them because that's what everybody else plays, but like the older ones are better. And then last,
I'm gonna be shocked if you leave it off.
Oh, great. I don't know.
I just feel like it's got to be on all of our lists.
Well, you're gonna say it, and oh shit! Now I'm thinking of something else. I was gonna say a horror game because I love playing horror games, but I feel like you got to put Halo 2 on the list. So
nice,
yeah. So there you go. There's the games. So
I'll hit you with mine. I matched your RDR2. It's actually number 1 on my list.
Give yourself to the dark side.
Of course, Grand Theft Auto. I guess Vice City through 5. I don't care. Throw one at me. I'll play it. The one I'm surprised you left off. I don't know if it's going to be on Jake's, but I feel like somebody's got to have a Mario in there. Me, Mario 3 is the one that I would go back to. That or Super Mario World.
That one's a fun
one that's not a shock is Tony Hawk. Of course, give me the remastered one if I'm going to play that one forever, not the old ones. And then the one that might come as a surprise, MLB The Show. And that's a game I just recently got into the past 4 years. But my God, I have so much fun on that game. Shout out to Jeremy. I don't think there's anything I enjoy more than cranking a banger on Jeremy and hearing him go off. I do have some clips, but I can't upload them to the TikTok for obvious reasons.
See now I'm reconsidering. See, I'd get rid of NBA. We'll put in Ocarina of Time instead. See?
That was close. That was like my 6.
Listen.
Yeah,
that was number 6 for me.
I'd get rid of 2K to play Ocarina of Time. So
interesting.
Well, like you said, Mario. Got a couple of them. Super Mario 64. I love it. said it millions of times. I have Halo 3, but I think I meant Halo 2.
You did.
Really just
You
all
did.
the Halo. Yeah, probably. I think I meant Halo 2, but I had some other picture in my head of Halo 3, but Halo 2, I was looking at the copy earlier, and just him standing on the front with the guns is just iconic. Fortnite, because that's all I play. It's ridiculous. Pokemon Red version and Mario Kart Wii. That game,
Nice.
I got some levels done on that. That's probably like my third most played game ever.
Yeah.
Like I think I
I guess I was picking games like I guess I like made up a scenario in my head of like I'm on a desert island and I'm just by myself and like so like I wasn't thinking of like games that I could play with other people. I'm just like like Diablo 2, yeah, you can play it online. I don't give a shit. I'll play it by myself.
I guess I didn't really think about that either.
Yeah, so then Red Dead Redemption 2, like, yeah, I can play it by myself. GTA, play it by myself. Ocarina of Time, play it by myself. Like that was the way that I was looking at it. So,
by the way, is Diablo 4 worth $5?
About that.
Yeah, okay. It's on clearance,
it's free.
So
It's free on Game Pass. So,
is it on Game Pass? Okay.
Yeah. What is it? $5 on PlayStation 5?
No, Xbox.
Oh well, it's free on Game Pass. That's probably why it's on clearance. I was
going to say I didn't pick it up.
I was going to say if it's PS5, like yeah, but Xbox, it's free. So there's really no reason to waste your money.
Let's get a McChicken instead.
Yeah, but you would probably be more satisfied with a McChicken than you would play Diablo 4. You would get some enjoyment out of it, but it's like I know it's like we can't just recycle the same things over and over again, but like
hold on, are we talking about the game or the McChicken right now?
The game. Like okay. I know you can't.
I just wanted to clarify.
I know you can't just recycle the same game over and over and over again, but like they really should have tried to make it more like the second one. Like they did a good job. It's just Diablo 2 just has so much replayability in it. Like it just literally can actually never end if you want it to. Like, the only way that it ends is if you get 99 with every single class, every single build, and find every single item in the game, because then there's literally nothing that you can do character-wise after that. But in order to do that, you got to be super lucky, number one, because some of those things are like 1 in 10,000 of a chance to find. And so you may replay the same thing, 500 times and still not get the item that, you wanted, or you may play it once and get the item that, you were trying to get. So, but Diablo 4, it's just like, there's about 3 or 4 builds that are what everybody uses. And so, and they took out trading, which was like a huge part of the game. So you find an item, like if we all 3 played and we played 3 different characters and I found something that was really good for Jake, well, guess what? Can't give it to him. Like it doesn't matter. Like
it's just ridiculous.
It's just stuck to my account, and the reason why they did it is because certain people sell items for video games online. Mm-hmm. I don't know what kind of scum would ever just make money from selling video games online, because I never did that in Diablo 2, but in Diablo 4 they took it away, so we can't do that anymore. So
yeah, I don't recall you ever making any money on Diablo.
I never sold anything on eBay. So
moving on.
Moving on. Best Christmas present that you ever got, whether it's a kid, adult, whatever.
Mine's going to be super random, but one year I got the WWF Titantron for your figures. Do you remember this thing? Did you play wrestling figures, either of you?
Yeah, I didn't own it, but I remember. But that was always something that.
Is that the thing that they walk out under?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the figures had a metal chip in it
for it or what, but like I never owned it, but like I just don't remember if I didn't get it, or like I just didn't ask for it and I asked for other things. So
it was super cool. Yeah, the figures had a chip, so you'd set them on it and it would recognize like, oh, that's Stone Cold, and it'd play his music. But
That's
I used to sneak at my presents a little bit, and I like poked a
yeah.
hole in the box and found the button, the demo button, so like it would do the little songs and stuff. And I hit it one time right. My dad was pulling in. I'm like, oh, I'm caught. got busted. But yeah, that thing was sick. That or my GameCube.
When you said you poked a hole in it and found it, it reminded me we had like a storage room like at my the house I grew up in, and they had hid it underneath the steps. So like when you're walking to the basement, the storage room was like behind and underneath the steps, they put like garbage bags and stuff on top of it. And I don't remember why it was in there, but I remember like I moved it, and I got that was like when we got our first bike, and I remember finding that under there. And I remember somehow as a child I kept this a secret all the way up until Christmas that I didn't know, blah blah blah. And then like Christmas comes up, like, yeah, I remember I saw this underneath the steps. And they're like, oh, did you? And I was just like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, you need to stay out of there. But best Christmas present. So the best Christmas present that I remember, and I don't remember why I remember this, is when I got it was around the N64, and I think it was called Monster Truck Madness is what it was called for Nintendo 64. And I remember I got it, opened it, and like went in my room and like immediately started playing it. And the next thing I know, my mom's coming in there and she's yelling at me because I'm in my room and not out spending time with family. And I'm like, I'm just trying to play the game that you bought me. And she goes, oh, well, I'm sorry. She's like, but you do need to come out here and spend time with it. But that game, for whatever reason, it ranks up there with like one of like my all-time favorite N64 games. And it probably sucks, but that was like back when they had the racing, they had the freestyle stuff, you could just destroy things, and it was fantastic. So the way that we did Christmas whenever I was younger was like basically I knew everything I was getting after a certain age. So, it would be like, hey mom, I want this. And she's like, oh, well, it's November, blah, 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 whatever. You can wait till Christmas, And so like she would buy it, but like so I knew that I was going to get it, but I just didn't physically get it until Christmas. So,
yeah, we did that as well.
My best Christmas present, probably the PS2. When I remember getting that was a long. That was 2002. I don't even know when that came out. I got it after it came out, and I don't even know that I remember like asking for it. I think I just I think I just got it. And there's just so many fun games on that system because I didn't have an N64 growing up. I didn't get that until I was like high school probably. And I might have been in grade school still, but still like the PS2, just all the games. There's just so many games. Mm-hmm. Me and my brother played that shit for hours. And then after that would probably just be like the OG Xbox. Those are like the ones that I really remember growing up.
I remember I got the Xbox late. Well, I mean,
I got it late too.
I don't remember how I got it the day that Halo 2 came out. So however late that was, I don't remember.
Is that when the Halo Xbox came out? Was it Halo 2?
I think there was one, but
there's a green one or something.
Yeah, it was the green one.
I just got the regular one. I just remember like after school one day, and the thing is I don't remember why I was interested in it because I never had an Xbox before. Yeah. Didn't really. So I didn't play with anybody that had an Xbox, but I just remember on the day that Halo 2 came out, I remember I got out of school, went to GameStop, and got the Xbox, Halo 2, and Xbox Live. And I mean, it was right around my birthday, so I guess maybe it was a birthday gift. I don't remember, but that's whenever I got that one. So,
oh, dude, my buddy, was that in May?
No, this was November.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was a long time. My buddy got the green one, and then he got the Halo 2 game, and we went back to his house because it would have been a long time ago, 8th grade maybe or something like that, and we played that shit for like hours. I think we played until we beat the game that night.
Damn, I miss those days.
Weird. It was that was the good day. Just duo screen. So much simpler times.
When the crazy thing is like, a lot of people when they talk about games today and being like, oh yeah, this, they come out every year, like what do you expect? It's just blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, but things used to come out every year. Like, like the old Madden games, for example. Like they came out every year, but like those games were good. And like now they're terrible. Like, and like the same thing for Call of Duty. I don't think Call of Duty's terrible, but like the appeal from Call of Duty 4, even Call of Duty 3, really. Call of Duty 3, 4, wherever you want to start, all the way till Advanced Warfare, maybe, like, was exciting. Like you had 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, after that. But then like now, like, yeah, Call of Duty comes out, yeah, I play it for a little bit, like I played it for free on Game Pass. Am I gonna pay for the game? Absolutely not. But will I play it for free? Sure. I'm not gonna turn down free. But like back in the day, you'd see me, in a pool of my own fucking sweat wearing the same pair of clothes for 2 or 3 days, like just literally just grinding away, at Call of Duty to be whatever the highest level I could possibly be is. But like now, like, and like, obviously part of it's being older, but like, I don't care. Like, the game is not exciting to me. And, it's not fun. So
hey, prop hunt's a blast, man.
Dude, prop hunt is fun.
I'm not. Yeah, it's not that the game's not fun. Like if like all of us got on there and we all played, like it'd be fun. But it would be fun because we were playing together, not because not because the game was great, but it would be because it would be something to do with friends rather than like I'm never gonna get on Call of Duty and play by myself. Like that's never going to be a thing. But
nobody 1v1 Tyler in Call of Duty.
10
don't do it.
10 15 years ago,
smoke, bro.
Maybe, but just not now. But I mean, it's like even that, like, what was that, 2 3 years ago? What Call of Duty were we playing when we
Cold War is the one that you were?
Okay, yeah, so we're playing the worst fucking Call of Duty of all time almost. And we were getting in and playing like free-for-all matches with like 4 or 5 of us. And like that was more fun than playing the game. But like after we got done doing that, like I had no desire to go actually play multiplayer. But when we did that, it was fun.
You couldn't be messed with on that satellite. Is that the map? I think it was satellite.
The outside, like,
yeah, I get sniped in my head. I watch the kill cam. Where's he at? Oh, I still can't see him.
Yeah, the desert one. But yeah, I mean, the games are just not as fun, and I feel like that's another thing that's like gone. Like by getting video games as Christmas presents, because I mean. Not that you can't convince your kids to buy physical games, but like, I mean, I've even gone in and asked Ava like a couple times. I'm like, hey, like, is there another game, that you want? She's like, no, but like, I mean, don't you just remember at kids, like you could have named off 7 games that you wanted your parents to buy, like, I mean, there could have been 7 games that you could have wanted your parents to buy, but like now, and like, I don't blame her because, like I'm looking and I'm like, well, I don't fucking want anything either. So, I mean, so the fact that you don't, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but she's just, like, yeah, I don't really want anything. Like I'm cool with, what I got. And there's also a lot of free games that come out that, they make money off of cosmetics now. So that's also very different, where like you got like your Fortnites and that the Marvel Rivals game that came out. I mean, that's free, as well. And they hit like 10 million people or something in the first weekend so, but like they're banking on people buying the battle pass and buying cosmetics. And, I mean, look at Fortnite. I mean, free game, probably, I mean, I want to say it has to be the highest grossing game in
it has to.
In some type of history, maybe not, but it's. I mean, just to think of the amount of cosmetics they've sold on that game, they have
and the seasons they had.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has to be up there.
They're on like season 20 now.
Oh yeah, no, I believe it. It's got to be up there for amount of money that's brought in. So things like that, like I mean, kids today they play Roblox, and inside Roblox you can play any. I mean, there's fake GTAs on Roblox.
Yeah.
So I mean,
There's fake Fortnite in Roblox.
yeah. I mean, that's so. I mean,
it's crazy.
to them, that's entertaining. To me, that's boring. But if but it's all free. And so I mean, if you can literally load into one game and play 20 different genres of games, what do you need another one for?
Yeah.
Really. So, but this kind of ties into the next thing is, will there ever be a point where you stop playing games?
No, not for me.
Yeah.
Even if it's just Mario or something, when I'm 65 years old, I'll be playing something.
Dying with a controller in my hand, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, I mean, I feel like if I didn't play video games, I wouldn't know what to do with some of my time. Because I've literally played games for that long that, it's like if there wasn't video games, then what would I do? What would I do for the however many hours before I go to bed? Watch TV,
crochet.
Yeah, knit. I mean, I wouldn't know, what to do. But obviously, there's people out there that don't play video games.
Real early for this guy, man.
Have it
at like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so
soapboxes, video games.
Yeah, I mean, there's people obviously that don't play video games, but for me, it's just like if I sit down and I play games, whether it's for an hour or it's 5 or it's in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, it's just entertaining to do, and I don't think there'll ever be a point where I don't find something interesting. I've already said that I don't think it's as good as what it was 5 or 10 years ago. But I mean, that didn't stop me from buying dumb shit. So just I bought a PlayStation Portal last night, and
You did buy one?
Yep. Well, I say me.
Oh.
My mom got it as a Christmas present. I didn't technically buy it. But so I hooked it up, and there I was laying in bed, playing Silent Hill, and I'm just like, well, here I am, So, I don't. It's not that I don't like handheld gaming. It's just like I don't see a purpose in playing something that's handheld when you can play things that are on a console. Hopefully the Switch 2 will be different, be more powerful, and it'll make it seem like it's more worthwhile. But remote play, just hey, I can go sit on my couch and play this, or I can just lay in bed and do the same thing. It's convenience,
Yeah.
And so the one downside that I've had so far is there's no headsets. Well, there's no headsets at work. You have to use a actual PlayStation headset to be able to get sound, unless you want to use the speakers, because it doesn't have Bluetooth on it. So you can't use AirPods or, anything like that. So you have to use the actual PlayStation headset. So that's the, I mean, I say it's a downside. It's only a downside because I'm like, if I'm laying in bed playing a game, and I'm playing a horror game, well, I want to hear it, so, but at 2 a.m., that's probably going to piss some people off. So, I have to, turn it down, or, hopefully I thought about buying the PlayStation headset. The first one I know that Travis loved, and he used it until it literally fell apart on his face. And
sure did.
The ear pads were flaking off, and, all that. I used it. I hated that headset. So I returned that shit with a quickness. But they have a new version out, I believe.
They do.
That I haven't tried. So I don't know if it would be.
Stay away from those earbuds.
I told you to stay away from that before you bought it. You're
It's
like,
awful.
you were literally saying, you were literally picking black, headset flakes off your face. And it's like, I think I need to order a new headset. And I'm like, yeah, well, you should do that. And he's like, what about these earbuds? I'm like, no, don't do that to yourself. And I was like, that's a terrible idea. You're absolutely going to hate them. And he's like, I ordered them. And so he ordered them. And then about 2-3 days later, he was like, yeah, I'm returning these. These suck. I told you they sucked before you bought them. I was like, that was a terrible, terrible choice. So,
do you remember when Call of Duty came out with the throat mic?
yeah.
I wanted one so bad.
What?
Yeah, they had a freaking throat mic where like it had you had like an ear thing and it went down and you had a throat mic and that's what was your mic was you communicated like
I remember
BRB,
that.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't even like, I mean, it wasn't like full.
No, it was just like an earpiece.
Yeah, like they weren't like
around.
full headphones. They were like
it was just an ear.
imagine like your old like Sony Walkman headphones, like those
I see.
those little,
Something like
things.
this.
And then it went around and
An earpiece, I thought.
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah, and it like somehow did something with your throat. I don't know how that worked, to be totally honest, but
Bravo 6 going dark.
yeah.
That's what it is. Like that. That's what I thought of, and I just wanted to find it so I could say that, and then I would just probably return it.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, them Pulse earbuds, I don't even think I ever got like crystal clear sound out of them. There was always some sort of static
you
or
didn't.
crash. I should have got
Yeah.
the Elite.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I may get. I mean, I say I may get it. I mean, it kind of pissed me off because I was like, you mean I can't use fucking AirPods? I can't do nothing. Like, there's nothing that connects to this. But then, I'm like, well, it is a Sony product. Kind of makes sense that, they're like, hey, we'll put you in the little, what do you call it, ecosystem. And, now you got to use, our product. So then they make more money off of it. So,
Ripping off
nah, hopefully it doesn't get to that point. I mean, but it's Apple, the way that Apple can just easily be like, hey, you want a new phone? That's cool. Give us yours. Hand us that charger, and then we're going to give you the new one and we're going to not give you a charger. And then you're going to have to rebuy it again. Like, you're like, so wait a minute, you don't hand me this, but you want me to give it back? I was like, so I had to buy the phone and buy the charger, and now you're taking both. Like I just don't. I mean,
it's the man.
they couldn't have
working
been
class.
losing. Yeah, they couldn't have been losing money because they gave me a block to charge my phone with. Like, that's just that's not the problem. But it is what it is. All right, so I know that you all have played. Well, did you play Indiana Jones, Travis, or did you?
I played about 5 minutes.
Okay, I knew.
I
you
ran around the jungle for a second.
I knew you said you were going to watch the movies, or asked if you should watch the movies before, and I kind of feel the same way. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the point is. Like, and like, I'm not saying you have to know the backstory to play the game. Like, I'm sure that. I mean, I saw some side by side things where basically what you did in the game was like literally side by side of what happens in the movie. So I mean, I don't know.
That's like the beginning is just kind of like where you like you're getting used to the controls. Essentially, is what it was.
But I'm saying like those cutscenes that they showed, like
the cutscenes were the exact same from the movie.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
That's
So like some of the cutscenes were like side by side exactly, like what the movie is. But I'm like, I'm not saying you have to know. Like, I feel like you can go and play like Star Wars, for example, like the Jedi Survivor, like any of those. I don't feel like you have to watch the movies to play those. Like, obviously, if you have, a little bit more than somebody else. But I mean,
I don't think you have to know. I mean, I wouldn't say you need to.
I mean,
it's going to make it more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you have to, but I feel like, I mean, Indiana Jones is like kind of a movie where, I mean, I'm surprised Travis hasn't seen it with all of the movies, that he's watched before. Like I watch more TV shows than I watch movies. So like movies are not something that I normally like. I definitely don't pay to go to the movies, and I can rewatch a TV show 5 times, but you will find it will be very hard for me to watch a movie more than once. So me not seeing them isn't a surprise. But when Travis was like, "Yeah, I ain't seen the movies. I don't know what's going on." I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm not the only one." I was just like, "I don't have a fucking clue what's going on either." I was like, so.
I think I know why I haven't seen them, because I'm pretty sure I went to the theater to see whichever one Shia LaBeouf's in.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know he was in one.
What is this hot mess of a movie? So I think it kind of turned me off.
It's on the bottom tier of the movies.
I mean, the originals, like, weren't they like when we were kids? I mean,
they were 80s, 1981.
Yeah, I mean, they were old movies, but I've never seen them. I never really. I'm not gonna say that like I didn't want to see them, but like nobody's ever been like, "Hey, you want to watch Indiana Jones?" So that just this was just never brought up to.
Jake sent that picture the other day, and my dumbass thought he's starting Red Dead. I see a cowboy hat.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that
was
wrong.
yeah. He was in there, and he's like, "What did you say?" You said something like
get through the snow.
Yeah, once you get through the snow, it's good. And I said, "That's Indiana Jones." And you said, "Oh shit," It's just like, yeah. Like, I mean, I saw the back of it, but I saw the hat and everything, and I'm like, "That's not."
I didn't get that. I thought you were already been playing Indiana Jones. I was like, I kept playing, and I'm like, I'm not getting to a snow level yet. This game's really good right now. Like, is it going to get even better?
The beginning of Red Dead, you start in the snow, and so that's why he always jokes. And I'm like, "Hey, how far are you?" And he's like, "It's still cold." And that's what he always says. So when he said that, and I read it, I'm like, this man thinks that's the back of Arthur Morgan's hat, and he's in the snow. I'm like, that's not Arthur Morgan. I was like, that's fucking Indiana Jones.
And there was no snow.
Yeah, and so that's why I was like, that's Indiana Jones. He's like, oh. I was like, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, no, two completely different games. So, so I've said this literally almost since we started this podcast, because that's whenever it became a thing. Still haven't done it. I'm going to do it this time. I have already plugged in my Fire Stick. I'm going to download the Game Pass app, and I'm going to play Indiana Jones on it and see how it is. So this has been a 6-month-long review wait of me downloading Game Pass on Fire Stick to be able to try it out. I'm going to do it. I don't have a clue how to Bluetooth the controller. I got to figure that out too. But I'm going to do it, and then I will be able to experience it as well. But for what you've played, what's your little mini review?
I mean, it's probably the best new game I've played in years, I would say.
I think graphically, it definitely looks like the best game
I've got 13 hours in it already, and I started it Tuesday, I think. So I'm just trucking through it, man. Really enjoy it. The puzzles, there's like puzzles, like in-game puzzles that you have to do, like to figure out how to like do stuff. You have to like, there's like
is it like Uncharted puzzles?
It's everywhere. Nah, I don't know if I really ever played much Uncharted.
Oh,
probably. I think something similar to that. I know my son's played Uncharted and beat that. I never really got into it. Plus, I haven't had a PlayStation in years. Yeah. Is it on Xbox?
No, I mean, when I say that, it's like you'll go into a room and it'll be like, turn this statue this way, and then
there's a statue situation.
Then this one's got to be this way, and like you got like a little journal to where gives you hints, but it like doesn't flat out tell you, like.
Then it's probably similar
what to do, and then you do it right, and then the door opens, you continue on.
Yeah. So there's there's like Nazi stuff. I mean, that's what Indiana Jones is. There's like Nazis in it. So like you're like going around, and they call them black shirts in it, and there's like you find notes places and stuff. Like you look at the back of the note, like you have the option to turn it over, and there's like numbers on it. So then there's like a safe there. So then you have to unlock a safe, and you get money out of it, and you get other things, and there's just a lot of challenges. I'm trying to go through and just do every single thing until I move on to the next one. And then I got to a certain point and accidentally moved on. So I don't know how you go back yet. I didn't know there was like a
Take
map.
me back.
Yeah, I was like, shit. Oh well. I'm moving forward. There was I didn't know that you could walk up to a sign and like kind of map jump or whatever that's called, fast travel.
Fast travel. Yeah.
So like I was just like, dude, my hands are getting tired because I mean I trucked like 7 hours just going to town.
Running in the
And
game is
it
hilarious.
was like, hold on.
Oh
Like, I
yeah, when
walked
he's like
up to
he's like this.
sign. Oh dude, yeah, and it's like your stamina bar goes all the way down, and you like he's out of breath. I'm getting out of breath playing, and like then I walk up to the sign and it lights up, and I'm like, hold on, it's in like German or whatever. It's in Italian, I guess. It really, yeah, because you're in Rome. So like I'm like, oh, that like when he highlights it, it shows like underneath what the like English version of how to say it, and I'm like, that's where I need to go. Oh, this is quicker, so that helps speed it up quite a bit because I was running from one side to the other. I was like, damn, man, I should have.
I was trucking.
This man's
Dude,
over there just tapping A for the
getting
stamina,
cramps and
just
stuff.
run it all the way across the map.
Ice my fingers afterwards.
We introduced this man to cinematic camera on Red Dead Redemption 2, and then he decided to walk for the games.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's definitely. I think it's the best game on Game Pass right now. But I haven't really played a whole lot of other games.
I mean,
but the story's great.
There's not a lot of other ones that are probably on there. But I mean, I feel like graphically, I mean, obviously I haven't played it yet, but from what I've seen, it's up there, with it looks looks really good. So that's kind of my other thing is I want to see like when I mean obviously I'd be streaming it, from Game Pass. I wonder what it would look like, because like on an Xbox, like you technically download it even though you're playing it from Game Pass, like you don't just straight up stream it. But like on a Fire Stick, I mean, like that shit's got 8 gigabytes or something. Like, I mean, I ain't fitting Indiana Jones on there, so I'm just straight streaming it. So I wonder how the picture quality is going to be, and number 2, I wonder if there's going to be any delay Bluetoothing a controller, like when I'm pressing something versus when it's happening. So
I played Game Pass on my TV before. No, I played it on my computer.
It's on Samsung TVs that way, I believe.
Yeah. No, we don't have a Samsung anymore, or we have one, but it's 2010 probably.
No,
I mean it's an old one. So I played on the computer, and it's laggy. I'll say it's laggy. So
you talking about when you're playing Fortnite?
Yeah, playing Fortnite or playing just Fortnite.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, obviously, I know it's not going to be the equivalent of that, but it's like Indiana Jones being a single player game. Like I'm not gonna say I'm cool with it lagging or being terrible, but like there's a little bit of input delay playing a single player game versus trying to play Fortnite or Call of Duty or something like that. That's that was like with the Portal, whatever. I got that. There was nothing inside of me that said I'm going to get on here and play a first person shooter. This was literally like I'm going to lay my ass in bed and be lazy and play through the Red Dead story. Like that was literally my intention with wanting to get it. At no point did I think, oh, it would be really cool is if I'm out at a restaurant and I could pop on some Fortnite and beat people. Like, that never crossed my mind. Like, that's just never something that I had any intention of doing. So for that purpose, like streaming wise, I feel like, it's good enough. But, for other things like, competitively, I guess, I don't think that streaming is, I mean, eventually it'll be where it needs to be, but I don't think it's there yet. So, I mean, there's still some people, most people can get really good internet, but I mean, shit, where Travis is, Travis just,
phone?
No, it's the backbone.
That's a backbone.
Okay. Jackson's got a backbone.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Same concept.
So,
both work through remote play.
Yeah, they both work through remote play, and it's the same thing. It's just the Portal is just a device by itself, and it's obviously got a bigger screen than your phone would, and it's got the 2 little controllers that are all built in. But your phone, I mean, it's the same concept. It's just that when you get a backbone, it's phone specific. So like if you have an iPhone 4. Was 14 the last Lightning?
Yes.
Is 15 what fifth? Okay, so yeah, if you
15,
if you
yes, see.
if you get a backbone for an iPhone 14, then say you upgrade your phone, well, you need a new backbone now. Like that
Oh,
backbone
shit.
will
I
no
need to
longer
think about
work because it plugs in to the bottom of your phone, and you're going from Lightning to USB-C. Or if you went Android, you'd have to, so it doesn't, it can't be used multiple, different ways. Where the portal, they're talking about doing updates to where they've already made an update to where you can own a portal without owning a PlayStation, and you can play like the cloud games that come with like PlayStation Plus and stuff, which I mean, those suck, but it's a
But
a
the option's
process.
there.
Yeah. I mean, it's an option. I mean, like if you want to know, if you literally wanted to buy a portal and say, I want to play all the old PS1, PS2 classics, you can do that and not own a PlayStation. At this point, but I mean, I wouldn't do that because those games don't hold up. Like as much nostalgia as I have for them, I'm not playing a PS1 game. Like, I mean, there's not
I'll
a
play
PS
Tony Hawk.
that
1 and 2.
might be the only
Crash
one.
Bandicoot?
Crash might hold up.
I played it on the Xbox.
Well, that's updated.
That's
so
not the OG
haven't-
hardware.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's not the original. So yeah, I feel like maybe a Crash Bandicoot, maybe like a Spyro.
Metal Gear Solid, get inside of a box.
I feel I think they'd be playable, but I feel like you'd be highly disappointed.
Might have a headache too after an hour.
Yeah, like Travis tried Twisted Metal and I tried it. I played that game for hours, whenever I was a kid. I loaded that up. I'm like, how did I ever play this? Like
how
the
did
controls are they're so bad. It's just like how did we play this and think this was top notch, and then just continue to play it over and over and over again? Like it's just it's terrible. Some of the games that are on there. Another one was it Toy Story 2?
Yes.
Is that the one? Yeah, with the Toy Story 2 game. Tried to play that. Oh, yeah, impossible. Like, there's just no way that you could go back and play a lot of those games. And even the PS2 games, some of those are rough too. I mean, they're better. But they're I just don't know how we played games without joysticks. Like when D-pad was the way to move. Like I know it was a thing. I know we did it for years, but holy shit. Like I don't know how we survived, doing that, back then. So.
Thank you, Ape Escape.
Oh yeah,
that was the first game that had them.
So the other game, obviously, you all have played a little bit of that. Marvel Rivals came out last weekend, I believe. And like I said, they hit like 10 million people in the first weekend. And it's basically like the good old days of Overwatch before Overwatch became terrible. And it's a bunch of Marvel characters. They're all done really well. The art style's a little, I'm not gonna say weird, but it's almost like a weird cell shaded type like art style that they went with. And the game's just utter fucking chaos. I mean, I don't know what half the characters do. So, I'll just walk around a corner and next thing I know, there's, I mean, you got you got your normal Marvel characters that are like on the ground, but then like, you also got Iron Mans and you got all these other people, that fly. So, you may be walking through a room and next thing, you got Iron Man 40 feet in the sky shooting shit down at you. And, so it's a very team oriented game. Cause if you try to play by yourself, chances are you're going to be pissed off. So
what are you playing on? What console?
On PlayStation. Yeah, it's free. So, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I got, a couple people that, yeah, it's cross platform with Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I don't think it's on Switch, but I don't know, to be totally honest. So, also that Power Rangers game came out. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I want to. If you all are going to play through it, play through the Spider-Man Power Rangers beat 'em up and do that.
Always down for a
Yeah.
beat 'em up.
Yeah. So I think it came out on the 9th, I believe.
Bless you.
Shit. It came out on the 9th or 10th, I believe. I think it's on sale too. So, but I think it's either 4 or 5 pairs. No, it's 4-person co-op on PlayStation and Xbox. It's 5-person on Switch. So
I'm playing this shit on the Switch.
well, no, I'm not either. But I'm just saying, like, we could play 4 of us, playing through Power Rangers beat 'em up. So
We can jam.
I think it would be fun.
I'm gonna forego watching Indiana Jones. Jake has convinced me to just jump right in. So
Oh, it's
Yeah,
today,
I-
probably.
it's easy.
I asked is it on anything? It's got to be on something, right?
Probably Disney
movies?
Plus.
Oh
Imagine-
yeah, I guess it is probably a Disney thing, isn't it?
Uno momento, I'll tell you.
But yeah, so I mean, I thought about watching it, but I just don't have the time to do stuff like that anymore. Like, like when we did the Saw things, for October, I was like, I'm gonna watch all the Saw movies. You know how many I watched? The one that we reviewed.
The first one.
That's how many I've watched. I haven't watched any past that, and I just I watch TV shows, and even then, it's hard to find time to make it through. A lot of
The
TV
original
shows.
Indiana Jones aren't on there.
Yeah, they're on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Hey, I got that though. So
There
not
you
that I'm
go.
going to watch it. Because, no, you know what? No, actually, I have made the decision. I am not going to watch Indiana Jones because if it's on Paramount Plus, that means that movie is going to turn into a 5-hour premiere with all the ads that they put in it, and I absolutely refuse to sit through for that long to be able to watch something. It pisses me off when there's a show called The Tulsa King that's on
Oh,
there
so
that I started watching. It pisses me off when I'm watching that, and next thing I know, it's like, hey, here's an ad for 280 seconds, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, why? Like, you want to waste my time at the beginning, like YouTube, I'm all for it. Like, I'll watch your stupid ads, we'll get through them, and then I'll continue on my show. But don't mid-scene just stop me, and I got enough time to go make a snack and come back, and then it's still not over with. Like, this is just stupid. So
I mean, what's wrong with the snack, though? I mean, now
well,
you
there's
got
nothing
me.
wrong with the snack.
Nothing
Normally,
wrong with a snack.
I prepared my snack before so I can sit down and watch my fucking show. Like I don't want it to be interrupted
Oh,
in the
I heard
middle
that.
of it. I did the other night somehow. I don't know how I did it, but somehow it glitched to where when an ad was supposed to come on, the screen just went black for like 2 seconds, and then it came back. And then I got to continue watching my show. So I was like, well, shit, now I have to watch like 3 episodes because I don't want to miss out on this opportunity ever again. So I watched a couple of them.
It's like
So I
that
think I'm
episode
on,
of Friends.
like,
Free porn.
Yeah.
You can
I
never
think
turn it
I'm-
off.
Yeah. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6 of the first
The
season.
new,
something
is
like
the new
that.
season come out yet? I don't know if I watched.
Yeah, it's on Paramount. So I think they
don't know if I'll watch
just
the
finished.
second season.
So they're all on there. But yeah, I'm on episode
First season was good.
5 or 6 of the first season. I don't
I
remember
loved it.
exactly which one. So I'm on that. But yeah, like I've been trying to watch that, and yeah, we just don't. Oh, and then tomorrow is the Dexter.
Oh
Prequel, I guess, whatever you want to call it, with the young Dexter. And he does the voiceover and all that stuff for it. I assume it's probably going to be a weekly thing, even though it's on Paramount, I believe. Which is the weird thing. Like, I know Showtime and Paramount are together, but they're literally just advertising it for Paramount. They're not advertising it as a Showtime thing.
Yeah, that's an
Anymore.
odd move.
So I don't know who owns who. Like, I mean, they're together. I mean, I assume Paramount probably owns Showtime, considering they're much bigger than what Showtime is.
Will it be on
Um,
Hulu? You think?
Not in the beginning, no.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
you
know
have
Hulu's
Walmart
watching.
Plus.
Yeah, we have Paramount Plus. I think we have
Oh.
them because of the Walmart thing.
That's what I was going to say. That's how I get mine, is through Walmart Plus. Is I got it for free.
That's how
So
we get ours.
that's why I was like, if you have that, you can do that. So, Well, yeah, I ain't got nothing else. So we next episode I'm gonna try to we got to get back to the finding a game to review and that we've all played. I know it's hard to find something that we've all played and be able to do it, but that, and then who's watched the most Christmas movies? The answer's not me, so that's why I'm asking. Like,
I watch the same
Jake.
movie every year.
Jake, you got to find us a Christmas movie to review then, because I don't watch them. Travis watches horror movies 11 months out of the year.
Vacation,
so
Christmas Vacation is obviously the classic.
Yeah. So
or Home Alone, one of those two.
I've seen Home Alone. I mean, not like
we'll just go with Die Hard and call it a day. The best Christmas movie.
So next week we will have another in-depth Jake review for a Christmas movie, and we'll do a couple leading up to it. So what we'll have. I guess we'll only have like what, 2, because from now until then, because there's not a whole lot of weeks, but so yeah, we'll do a Christmas movie review. We haven't done any game reviews. I haven't been able to put in the little Navi sound effect in forever because we haven't done any of those.
Listen.
Yeah, listen. So yeah. All right, so until if you haven't already, a lot of people have, but we keep getting new people. So if you haven't already, go to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, send it to your friends. Keep getting new locations and keep getting more people to view them. Since we started YouTube, obviously the people that are watching YouTube has gone up, and the people that just listen to it by itself has gone down. But they're both kind of hovering around, the same thing. So yeah, send it to your friends. You want to, got any new suggestions, or hell, you want to be on the podcast? That's we're always, open to debating other people's opinions, and I will let you know if they're correct or incorrect. And that's how things are handled on this show. Xbox. I know at one point I said I bought an Xbox and I was praising Dylan, told him that I was incorrect. I was drunk that day and I didn't know what I was talking about. The Xbox is still fucking awful and I do not own one anymore. And Game Pass is the only reason that you should ever own an Xbox. So until next time, goodbye.
That's how you close. Bye.
Yep.